Hey everybody, welcome to week 7. I hope everybody is on the mend from Ian. If you had any issues during the hurricane, I hope everything is looking better today, Monday. The hurricane, of course, threw everybody off a little bit. Lots of power outages, lots of flooding, lots of internet issues. So if you guys did not get your videos in for your groups, please do so as soon as you can so that I can share those out so that everybody can be aware of all 3 of the Sophocles plays. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and go over what we're working on next, what's coming up, all those fun things, because we are in essentially the second half of the fall semester. So let's take a look first, as usual, at the schedule and where we are. So like I said, we're entering week 7, which means that we're finishing up with the module 2, the ancient roots module. Shakespeare is not really ancient, but he's counted here simply because it kind of made sense to lump him in with the others. So this week you are working on your paper number 2. It is still due at the end of this week. If for some reason you still are struggling with internet issues or whatever, there's a lot of grace in the next week or so, but let me know especially if this upcoming paper is going to be late. Let me know if you need extra time for that. As far as last week's work, like I said, the discussion or the videos or the discussion board, if that's a little late, not a big deal. Just make sure you get it in as soon as possible, and if it really is going to drag on for a while, let me know just so I can know when to expect it. But with that being said, let's go ahead and look at the module, and we're going to take a closer look at the paper assignment. I already went over it with you, but this is the week it's due, so I want to talk a little bit more about it. We've already gone over the objectives for this module. We've already gone over the learning materials, everything. You've had access to everything for the entire, basically 4 weeks for this module. But if you have any questions about where to find things in there, let me know. But let's go straight to the paper. So for paper number 2, you're going to be working with drama and society. So plays, whether they be comedy, tragedy, history, those are the big 3 that Shakespeare worked in, or in the modern theater, we have a lot of musicals, and still have comedy and drama and all those other things. That genre of literature has almost always had close ties to the politics of the culture that created it. So that's what we're going to explore in this second paper, Society and Drama. With drama, we have some tricky issues in the sense that plays are really meant to be seen and not just read, right? So with something like Shakespeare, Midsummer Night's Dream, we talked about this over the last couple of weeks. The library has some links to performances of the plays, usually, if that's available. Certainly, plays are often available on YouTube for free, like especially non-professional versions of the plays. And of course, plays are often turned into full-length movies. So you'll have movie versions of Shakespearean plays and other forms of drama. Now, a full-scale movie version is often very different from the stage play. In fact, a lot of times what you'll find is that the makers of a film will have their own agenda, so to speak. And so they might utilize even an older play to make a social commentary on something that is in our current society. Every new stage production of something might have new components based on what's going on in the world at the time that it's being produced. So it's a loaded situation with culture, with social issues, with politics, and with drama. So I want you to kind of have some fun exploring this. I've asked you to take a look at drama in society in 3 plays. Now, you've only been required to read 2 plays in this course. You had your group's Sophocles play, which definitely had political implications. The ancient Greeks were into this as well. And then, of course, Midsummer Night's Dream. So most of you will want to include Midsummer Night's Dream because you've already read it and you've had to take a look at it in depth. But then you're going to choose a couple of other plays. Now, I don't expect you to go out and read full-length dramas, 2 more full-length dramas, because they can get very, very long. But you are going to have 3 primary sources, 3 plays that you're focused on here. So you may not read the whole thing, but you will definitely, you'll have some quotations from it, and you will cite that original play, that original drama. So the paper itself only has to be 4 pages long, so you're not going to do tons of writing on these 3 plays. But essentially, your 3 body sections will be about each of the 3 plays, and then how those are relevant in social and political discussion. Some of them will be super obvious. For example, one of the most common or one of the most popular in recent years, of course, was Hamilton. Now, Hamilton was written in contemporary America, but it's about old America. But is it really about old America, or is it about contemporary America? Like, there's that whole thing. So it's a musical as well. Most of the big Broadway shows in the modern world have been musicals. But of course, there's a lot of plays still produced as well that do not have music involved in them. So you can choose musicals. You don't have to choose musicals. You do want to have 3 plays that are usually from different eras or different cultures. One of them, like I said, could be Shakespeare. You're also going to research those plays. So you should be using library sources to research the plays. And then you may find other information that you need. You need to know when the play was produced, whatever the case may be. So those kinds of reference sources can be from anywhere. I still would not necessarily use Wikipedia, but if you needed to for some information, you certainly can. I gave you some links to give you some plays that would be good for this assignment. I also, and I don't think I showed you this, but I want to go to the library sources for a moment. So if we go back to the module and go to the learning materials, I'm going to go to our LibGuide, but then I'm going to show you that one of the cool parts about the library and all of these library guides are that there are other works of literature than just the ones that we're using. So I want to click on this LibGuides. So hopefully you saw where that was. This is the main library page. I want to go to I want to go to libraries. And then I want to go to subject guides. And then I want to go to literature. And you'll notice there's a whole bunch of these, but I wanted to show you that one of the cool things is you can go to the very end of this list and you can click on virtual literature library, and you will notice that it is divided by genre. So if we click on drama, you will notice that there are way more plays than just the ones that we have assigned. So let's say you wanted to use Lorraine Hansberry's A Raisin in the Sun, which is a civil rights era play, as one of your topics here. You have got a version of the play that you can cite. There is the citation. You also have, this is not a full-length video of the play, but this is kind of a cool resource, Raisin in the Sun character studies. These are people who've played them, and of course there's a video as well. So just like we had videos for the Shakespeare play and for the Sophocles my brain went dead there for a moment. We have other plays that you may be able to access videos for. There's some additional Shakespeare plays, of course. A lot of the English teachers use Shakespeare, but there are other things. Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller certainly has some social implications. So if you run into a play that you want to use, you may want to check and see if we have it in the LibGuide. And if so, this is going to give you some links to additional critical analysis, author biographies and video, and all of that fun stuff. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure you knew where to find that. So again, how did I get there? We go to the library, we go to the LibGuides, we click on libraries, we click on subject guides, we click on literature. I know it's long, it's a long trail, but it is there. And you can actually explore everybody's. There's all kinds of fun stuff in here, but the one that has everything is the last one in here, the virtual literature library. This I'm going to click. In fact, I'm going to put the direct link to this in the announcement with this video, so you don't have to follow that chain, but if you lose it, that's how you get there. Okay, and that's it. You're going to turn in that paper at the end of this week. If you need help with it, please let me know. You certainly can also reach out and get some additional help with the Learning Center or the librarians, and have some fun with it. I know I really enjoy reading this paper because people usually pick different plays, which is kind of fun for me, because it's like, it's way better than reading a whole bunch of papers about the same exact play. So this is one reason I enjoy this particular assignment a lot. But if you need help with it, let me know. And if you need any additional post-Ian help, let me know about that too. But don't worry about if it was late. No harm, no foul. No need to explain. I kind of know what happened. So I hope everyone has a great week this week, and we will keep our fingers crossed for cool weather and clear skies.